And so, then I asked him, "What is the meaning of this?" He was still pointing his finger at my face and said, "You have syrup on your beard." Oh, how embarrassing it was. Now everyone at the table was looking at me. Such a fool I was when I decided to check for myself and ended up with a sticky hand on top of that. Can you believe it? From that day forward, I swore to eat my pancakes dry.
Wait, Alakim. Do you see this?
The soldier stood in place, stopping the bard in the process. They were just around the border of the forest, going through the main road to the city. The hour is quite late, and the sun will not stay for long on the horizon. The soldier spotted something in the distance, a smoke coming from the direction they were going to. Oh, that's not so far from us. But it seems like only a campfire smoke. Anyway, as I was saying... The soldier decided to step into a bush on the side and peeked through the foliage. Fine. Make some space. Now both looking ahead, they see a small camp on the side of the road, hidden from it by trees and uneven ground. It's empty, but the fire still burns as if it was lit not so long ago. From the looks of it, it seems to be set by a group of simple travelers. Few small tents, common clothes left on sticks to dry, and low to the ground a folding table for maybe 4 people. Huh, lucky we. Maybe those kind people will let us stay with them for the night. What are we waiting for, my friend? The bard stands up and makes a step forward, but the soldier prevents his movement, grabs his arm and pulls him back into the bush. Ow, ow, ow! What is it now?
Stay vigilant, Alakim. Think about it. Doesn't it look weird? For no one to be staying in the camp, and to set it that close to the road.
Ah, I see what are you getting to. Kind of. Not really.
That's a call for trouble, but I'm not sure for whom.
The soldier tries to look around a little more, focusing more on the camp than on the road. While he can't spot anything new, he hears a faint grunt down the road.
I've heard something. Come, Alakim. We should go around to better see the road behind those trees. Try staying low.
Oh, how exciting. Well then, after you. Not exiting the forest, they go on the edge of it to the other side. At the same time, they try to come as close as they can, remaining hidden from the camp. Soon after, they finally found something. On the road, a wooden carriage with 2 horses looks to be stopped in a hurry. It is covered in unknown banners, but they sure look fancy. In its proximity, there's some kind of commotion. 5 armed men seem to be holding a hostage. One of them with dagger close to a woman's neck, probably a carriage driver. Few meters away from them, closer to the carriage, stand 3 knights in white full-plate armor, their swords on the ground, except for one. The knight in the middle looks different. His armor is fully white, shining. Some parts of it are bulkier than they should, making the knight look massive. He's for sure some kind of general, not of the army, but an order of knights. His blade remains sheathed, still on his hip. They are in the middle of a talk, which of course doesn't seem so friendly.
This doesn't look good. Alakim, do you recognize those banners? Who are those people?
Let me think. I think I know them. Yes. The Order of Purifiers. Holy Knights in service of the Skyfather, commonly known as the Purifier.
Huh. First time hearing about them. Anything more?
They come from the east side of Toma, where the cursed ground split the land. They existed before the curse appeared, but their primary goal is to get rid of it. From what I remember, they are quite small in numbers, but if you're seeking to satisfy your actions, yes, the Purifier is a good lawful god. A patron of the pure who guides the lost souls and fights the natural evil, the most vile of forces, not for the living to comprehend and...
Thank you, that's enough. We should help them, no matter who they are. Those before them are just bandits, maybe mercenaries. This knight in the middle, he might be the one mentioned by the druid.
Well then, what do you suggest? Should we just go in? I can try to put the one holding the hostage to sleep, but I can't guarantee good effects from it, since everyone is so close to each other.
Then it's too risky. We must ensure the safety of the hostage. If we could just deal with the one holding her...
So, how about more direct method?
What do you mean?
Let's speculate. If you could get close to him, you would be able to knock him down, yes?
If I could, then certainly. Although to stay unnoticed, that's a problem. They are standing way in the open.
Great, I have something just for you. Pardon the lack of music, those are not exactly my work conditions. The bard happily starts humming a short melody, reaching to his pouch. Then, with an elegant move, fitting to the rhythm, pulls a small piece of gum arabic, holding it between two fingers. With his second hand, he gestures to his melody, and when it ends, he pats the soldier softly on the shoulder. The soldier starts to disappear, and in matter of seconds, he's nowhere to be seen. How is it, my friend? I'm sure you'll be able to keep quiet, yes?
What is this magic? I can see my hands, anything of me.
Shh. Not only you can see yourself, but neither can I, and everyone else standing right there. I'll make sure the spell will not fail. Now you can do your part.
Huh. It's so weird to move, but not to see it. I must say, that's a nice trick you called them.
Thank you. By the meaning of this spell, I was able to stay safe in the road's end. Oh, and one more thing. As soon as you heard this man, the spell will end.
Got it. Let's not wait any longer.
Good. I'll be waiting then. Should I stay here the whole time, or... will there be any signal I should join you after it's all over? Hello? Balor? Are you still here?
As the bard looks around, the soldier already makes his way towards the commotion. Even while invisible, his steps are slow. He can hear every single move he makes and fears it might bring some attention. Fortunately, the men are talking quite loud. The soldier was able to hear their talk about money the bandits want. The leading knight was assuring them everything will be given, but they can't do so now, since they have no gold on them. And so, the bandits don't really know what to do in such a situation. It seems this tension in the air is held for quite some time now. The soldier was confident his work will go smoothly, seeing this incompetence up close. But when he approached the bandits standing only a short run away from them, he failed to remain fully silent. He lost his balance for a moment, still not used to not seeing his body. And while he was able to not fall on the ground, the man holding the hostage stopped his talk and looked around. He gestured a fellow bandit to check the noise and continued. The soldier now tries to not move at all, holds his breath and looks straight at the man coming in his direction. The man is holding a hand axe up close, ready for action. He approaches the place the noise was heard from, being only 4 steps away from the soldier. Toop, 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 toop. He stops.
The soldier now sees the face of the bandit, only a few centimeters away from his own. An uncomfortable position, but he still remains calm. The bandit is visibly disturbed but doesn't know why. He looks in front of him for a few seconds longer and decides to step aside, towards the trees covering the camp. The soldier breathes out, tries to regain control of his breath, and then steps once more closer to the bandits. Now walking beside them, he reaches the one holding the dagger, standing just in front of him. A quick wind-up of his right arm, and then a perfect strike with his palm to the head. The bandit is cut mid-sentence, his eyes roll up instantly from the trauma, and he falls flat on the ground, unconscious, as the soldier becomes now visible to everyone. A moment of surprise, the soldier grabs the woman and pulls her behind him towards the knights. One of them then takes her away from this place. In the meantime, it seems someone other than the soldier was expecting action. When the sights were all on the appearing soldier, the leading knight reached for his sword and threw it towards the soldier, still sheathed. He catched the sword mid-air as one of the bandits was right behind him with a mace. The soldier was able to quickly react and redirect the main blow towards the ground, but still got hurt in the right arm. He then made a counterattack and struck the bandit hard into his temple, knocking him with one hit from the sword's sheath. The leading knight and one other then charged two other bandits, and were able to disarm them without using any weapons themselves. Then, a quick whistle of the wind as the bandit in front of the trees threw a hand axe at the soldier, which struck him straight into the head. A loud crack was heard and the soldier started fainting away, but before he fell unconscious from the strike, he saw the bandit bursting with a searing bright light as soon as the hand axe hit the soldier. Only seconds after, the soldier regains his consciousness. The only thing he sees is the white gauntlet touching his forehead, shining with a now fading, calming light. He feels the pain, but it isn't as strong as a moment ago. He twitches, stands up partly, and grabs his head, searching for the cut from the axe. Doesn't find one. The knight in fully white armor before him then speaks to him.
You're lucky the strike wasn't fatal. Normally it would kill a man. You're tough, soldier.
The knight stands up and offers a hand to help the soldier. He grabs it, stands up to his side, and looks around, still in a bit of a shock. The knight gives him a moment and turns towards the other two knights.
Patch those guys up. Less lives are lost, the better. Then take them on the carriage. There will be a better place for them in the city.
As one of the knights goes towards the trees, the leading knight grabs his shoulder, stopping him.
Not him. There's no use.
The knight nods to him and proceeds to take care of the other bandits. In the meantime, the leading knight checks with the soldier yet again.
Are you alright? You didn't speak a word since you woke up.
Yes, I'm fine. Somehow. Thank you.
I'm sorry for this situation. I could have led it better.
The knight slowly raises his hands and takes off the helmet, revealing a beautiful human face. His skin is very pale. His short, curled blonde hair light as his armor. One could say that's not a look of a human, but a young elf. To be born with such face, truly a gift.
Can I hear your name, soldier? You've come just in time to help. Who are you?
I am a traveler passing by. I want to reach the city. Happened to went through the same road. The knight smiles and shows that he's amused by this answer.
Believe me, I know when someone isn't telling the truth. Or just a part of the whole story. Come on, don't be shy. You're the one my friend told me about, right? So it is you. I'm sorry, I'm not in my best shape right now. I just thought, what if you're not the one I was told about? Don't be sorry, I understand. Valor Blackclover, right? Yes, sir. And who do I have pleasure speaking with? My name is Taldeus Katar, the first knight of the Purifier.
The knight makes a formal bow towards the soldier.
Your uniform, the face, everything matches the given description. But shouldn't there be someone with you? Yes, Sir Taldeus. He's somewhere around. Hey, Alakim!
The bard peeks out of the bushes and locks his sight with the soldier.
This is the signal, yes? Should I come out now?
Just come here.
The bard steps fully out of the forest and from the distance bows elegantly towards the knight, who nods to him with a smile on his face. Then the bard jogs slowly, coming to them exhausted.
My name is Alakim the Bold, at your service.
Pleased to meet you, Alakim. I am Taldeus Katar, at your service. I've heard few words about you.
Me, yes? Oh, so flattering to hear, although I cannot say the same. I hope for that to change soon.
We'll have time to talk about ourselves. Now let us hear from you. Why do you want to enter the capital? It's more of a private matter. Quite serious, on which the future of Toma might depend. Then it doesn't seem so private. With such a description, I must know the actual reason. Remember, I'm the one who will be able to transport you there. It would be a bit distasteful to not treat me as part of this, don't you agree? I just don't want to bring anyone else into it. Valor, look at me. I could respect your decision, and I will. But you must understand, I don't want to just help you get into the city. The moment you step into my carriage, I want to help you as much as I can. Before the city, in the city. I do not take a sworn word lightly, but before getting myself into something, I would like to know what it is. If you don't want any of this help and you only care about entering the city, I will grant you this. Final decision is yours, Balor.
The soldier doesn't want to talk about what he wants to do. He's still standing before a knight. Even if he's not tied to the king, a kingslayer is a criminal, someone who will be haunted by those who keep the law. At the same time, he stares into the knight's eyes and feels safe, as if he could tell him anything. Is this magic? Is he trying to enter the soldier's mind? No, that's not it. The sole presence of the knight is soothing, and his light grey eyes seem to tell much more than anything else. The soldier doesn't know why, but when he started talking, he didn't stop.
I'm after the king. I want to reach the first ground and take his life. He started all of this and now prevents the peace to reappear back in our realm. Even if his death won't change anything he did, I believe this sentence will be a needed example of what happens to those who break the peace. Corruption is something we cannot stop. Not now. But to fight it still is a sign of powerful will. We, people, need this strong will to survive. No matter if they seem pointless, such actions sometimes are needed. I am not the one to judge yours, but I respect it. I will grant you my help, Valor Blackclover, for we are much similar than you think.
The soldier wants to ask more about it, but decides this is not the moment. He looks at the bard, understanding that because of him, he learned that some things don't have to be rushed. Then looks back at the knight.
Thank you, Sir Taldeus. I didn't expect such reaction, but I'm really glad we're on the same page. Such a relief. Now, what comes next? Next, you ask. We'll head towards the capital. If we go now, we should reach it in the morning.
Excuse me, that means we'll be traveling at night, yes?
Of course. My carriage should be enough to have a comfortable sleep. Set yourself in. Make a good company with my men and the driver. I'll be driving during the night. Will it be easy to just enter the city with us? Should be. But for it to work surely, you better look like us. The more you know us, the more you will fit. While you'll be in the back, try on the armor of my knights. We do not always wear the armor. My men can enter in their uniforms. If you keep the armor and helmets on, you'll be easily able to accompany me anywhere in the city.
The knight throws his helmet on the front of the carriage, getting ready to take off. The soldier then noticed the knight's sword laying still on the ground, partly showing its blade. It's perfectly white. What metal could it be? The soldier sheaths it and comes closer to the knight, putting the sword close to the helmet.
This blade of yours, what is it? The white blade. Believe it or not, it was forged by the purifier himself. It's a part of his soul and will, given to me as a gift from him. Now I bear its name, Taldeus Katar, the White Blade. This, given by a god. They do not only send prayers and magic to us. Sometimes their presence is much closer than you think.
The knight softly smiles towards the soldier and steps up on the carriage.
The sword itself is an icon of purity and peace. Something you are fond of. It looked good in your hands. Now, come on in. It's time to go. Oh, and one more thing. It seems you'll have a perfect opportunity for your mission. In 2 days, there's a dinner at the king's palace. As many other noblemen of Toma, I was invited. Hence my presence on the road.
What is it for? Sounds important.
Celebration of peace. I know what you think. On top of that, funny enough, only human lords and nobles were invited.
First crowned, you bastard. What's next? Elves will be slaughtered because of their connection with magic. Dwarves because of their advanced craftsmanship. The more I think about it, the Truebloods didn't do anything wrong. How could he? This party will be his last.
Well, that is yet to come, yes? Let's enjoy the peaceful moment while we can, shall we? A party, oh, that makes me remember. Tell me, my friend, where did I end about those mischievous pancakes?